Tánaiste, I think this is an incredibly important report. As you say, I welcome the fact that you acknowledge the role of AI and technology, about how it may change our lives. I think it's worthy of a full debate within this House. I think, given the statistics that we're looking at, that by 2041, on current projections, there will be 1.4 million people aged 65 and older, and indeed by 2065, that we will have 2 million people aged 65 and older, triple the numbers that are there at present. It's obviously of particular interest to you, Tánaiste, given that you're probably the youngest in the chamber, so you're going to have to keep working to fund all of our pensions. But the pension issue is certainly something that we are going to need to address. We do need to look at how we are designing our communities and societies. It's critical that we engage with older people's representatives around that. But I know I've also asked you before about keeping people healthier as they get older, and the commitments within the programme for government for tax relief for gym membership, which is critical.
I think with some of what Deputy Byrne says, not necessarily, we'll come back to the gyms in a minute, but some of what Deputy Byrne says, I think is also right. What we can do to positively age, we're not powerless when we look at this document. We're all going to get older, but we can get older and stay healthy. What can we do from a policy point of view? What can we do from a health service point of view? What can we do from a technology point of view to help make that more of a reality? On taxes for gyms, we look at all matters in the context of the budget. But I'd also point out there's lots of ways you can keep fish out in the fresh air too.
It is very welcome, as you say, that we now have life expectancy of 83 in this country. Like, it's a huge success that we're at that. But one of the challenges is that we age healthily. And I would say, Tánaiste, that, for instance, in Singapore, as part of the old age package in Singapore, for community gyms and swimming pools, there's free admission for those who are over 65. There is the commitment within the programme for government, as you know, to tax relief for gym membership in terms of building strength training. Because what is critical is that we ensure that those who are in their 40s, 50s, and then in their 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s can remain healthy. And I do know, and I think it is critical in this, as I said, to engage with organisations like the National Older People's Council. I know Kevin Malloy in my own area is regularly raising issues around this, that we involve older people in the discussions on these issues as well. Thank you.
Certainly wasn't being flippant in relation to this programme for government commitments, other than I just don't want anyone holding off and staying healthy until future budgets. But these are issues that, of course, we will consider in the round, as we always do in advance of the budget. I was in Mill Street recently in West Cork, where there's a community gym part funded through government grants, and really great to see. I was on the same rowing machine that I think now President Connolly had been on during one of our campaign stops. It's the most famous rowing machine in Ireland now, because the President was on it. They're very proud of that fact. It's a great community gym, but it's an example of communities coming to work together to create healthy communities and help themselves